You know, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said.
But one day you'll figure this out. And when you do, you will change the world.
Remember, it's better to fail at something you love than to succeed at something you don't love.
If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it.
The secret ingredient is...
it's just you.
To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
When you walk on that court, you have to think, I am the best guy out there. I don't care if LeBron's playing.
It's the what if I can pull off a fucking miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be?
Why not go 10,000% hard?
So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying, I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it.
I just realized that if you say it to yourself and you look yourself in the eye and look yourself in the mirror and truly, truly believe that not a man alive can beat you, then that is the way it is. And
work on your list of whys. If your goals aren't powerful, if the vision isn't clear, the old prophet said, without a vision we die, without a vision we perish, without a dream we're nothing.
It doesn't matter where you are in life, because the great thing about life is it's always your next move. Your next move that counts.
My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job. And our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.
Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams.
I think the next plot twist is that things are about to get really good. I think this world is going to open up for you in unimaginable ways. I think you're walking into your best chapter yet. And finally, you're going to see where all of this has been leading.
If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you want to do? So this is such a big question, but such a useful one. It has a sort of elemental simplicity to it. But, you know, if you knew you could not fail, what would you want to do?
If I could go back to that moment and just not be afraid, just recognize that look, whatever could be out there, I could have it.
It's going to be okay. Maybe not right now, and maybe not tomorrow. But little by little, day by day, it will start to hurt less. You'll breathe a little easier, laugh without guilt, and find peace in places you never expected. Not because everything magically fixed itself, but because you kept going. Because you gave yourself the time to heal, so don't rush it. There's no deadline for feeling better. You're not falling behind. You're just learning how to carry your heart again. And one day, without even noticing, you'll realize you made it through the worst of it.
Bro, please. Like, you have one life. The math around having a life is 400 trillion to 1. You won already. You actually won. Like, you still have a shot. You could have not been born. Like, you have a shot. You could suck in life. You could be 53 right now and be a loser and dominate from 60 to 80. Enjoy it. You could. Like, it's never over.
Mental toughness looks more like adaptability. Consistency is adaptability. Don't have enough time, do the short version. Don't have enough energy, do the easy version. Find a way to show up and not put up a 0 for that day, because doing something is almost always infinitely better than doing nothing. And so eventually what you get to here is realizing that in a lot of ways, the bad days are more important than the good days. You know, it's actually the bad workouts, the ones where I don't really feel like doing much or I don't have much time, but I get in there and I just do like a couple sets of squats and then I'm done in 20 minutes. That day counts for more because I showed up and I didn't put up a 0 than the days when I got a ton of time and do a full workout. And so people get real excited and amped up about their habits. They want to come up with this like perfect version. What could I do, if I achieve peak performance, what would that look like? What could I do on my best day? But instead, I think it's often better to ask, like, what could I stick to even on the bad days? And that becomes your baseline. That's where you start from. And then on the good days, great, you got capacity, go ahead and ramp it up. But what can you stick to even on the bad days, I think is a good place to start.
You have to have a delusional mindset.
Yeah.
You have to be so far out there to believe that it's possible. You grow up, people are broke. I look at all my high school buddies, they're working very low paying jobs. Like, I get it, like life isn't easy, but you can create the delusion of scarcity or the delusion of abundance. And I just decided to create the delusion of abundance, that it was possible, that I could make more money, that I could build better networks, that I could actually provide value to people.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion, because it's only delusional until it works. So is it really delusional?
You're crazy until you're successful. Then you're a genius. People think you're too obsessed. You're a weirdo. Stop only making videos. Like, get a life. Be realistic. People will convince you you're out of your mind for wanting to do this. Then once you're successful, they're like, yo, your drive, your tenacity was great. But it's like, yeah, well, where was that back then?
You have to be crazy enough to think that it's possible. That's how you fucking do something worthwhile. That's how you beat the fucking odds. You have to believe it's...
What do you both think about fear?
I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations. I'm here to live up to mine.
He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life.
Fear is a teacher.
And I don't skip class.
Like, life is inherently ridiculous and guaranteed to end sooner or later. So you might as well enjoy the ride.
Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy and they cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Change the way you speak about yourself and you can change your life.
What if it works? What if it works out? Believe in yourself, god damn it! What if it does work? What if it doesn't fail? What if you get to a higher point than you ever thought was possible? What if success is right around the corner? The next door you open is $1 million. What if it's the next one? What if it's now? Stop worrying so much about failing. You are on your way to success if you don't give up. Believe in yourself. What if it works? What if it works, man? What if it did work out to your wildest dreams? If you knew you were going to win the lottery, how much differently would you move? If you knew that the business was going to take off and make $1 million, how much differently would you move in your day-to-day? You have to believe so deeply that it's already happened. Everything you want, everything you dream of, already exists if you push harder and get through the doubt and the fear. What if it does work? What if it works out? Quit giving power to the chance of failure. You're a winner, you're meant to win, you are here to win. We are winning now. Keep it up.
And if you start doing something different than everyone else is doing, they assume that you're attacking them for living their lives out. I don't know why people do this, but they do it. And so a lot of ways they want you to fail because they want confirmation that the path that they're on is the right path.
You need to have faith a better version of yourself exists. You need to take responsibility for your own life into your own hands. Most likely you're not going to have a role model following you, telling you what to do, asking you these hard questions and pushing you in the right direction. You need to be the one to do that.
For some of us, playing it safe in life simply isn't an option. You only have one shot at this thing we call life. I'm sure you don't want to spend it doing something someone else tells you to do. Some of you might want that, and that's no problem with me. But for those of you watching this video, you know who you are. That's not an option. You already know what you need to do. Stop with excuses. But what if you're not capable? What if you fail? For most of us, this is the only thing stopping us from getting where we need to be in life. The fear of failure. So where's the fear actually coming from? Well, ultimately, it's an ego thing. You're not actually scared of the risk, but what you might look like if you fail.
You do not want to have a victim mindset. You want to have agency on the world. You want to enact stuff that's going on. You want to make it, and you're going to have to try really hard. And also, you need to give yourself a break. You have to know that if you nailed your day, you don't just make it back to 0, you got to +10. There's no arbitrary minimum level of productivity you have to achieve every day in order to be worthwhile.
The best is yet to come, and everything is possible.
all you have to do is to believe in yourself. And if you can do that, and you must do that, because if you believe anything is possible, anything is possible. You know, the great thing about you is that even on the days when you're exhausted, too tired to do anything, you always show up without fail. And no one around you has a clue about how you're feeling. And that is what sets you apart from the others. Sometimes even you don't know how you do it, but you do it anyway. And that's the strength of a winner. Most people can't understand how you do it. They have days off sick. You don't, because you understand that self-belief means persistence, because you are determined to stand out from the masses and be noticed, because you are looking for an opportunity for greatness. But you understand that opportunity is looking for you, that the best is going to happen. But you have to be there. You have to be available. And you most definitely are. And then, one day it happens. The best arrives. And you just knew and believed it would. And that's why it did.
Like if you think something, you know, and you constantly think the same thing, you can start to ingrain it in your mind. But if you say something and you consistently say like, oh man, I'm so tired, you're convincing yourself that it's true. You're making it true.
The reality is it's just in your nature. What's in your nature? It was always in my nature to make decisions for myself, to be a rebel. I would say my bar for who I work with was not high enough, and that's obvious to me in hindsight. I would say that my bar for what I worked on, did I enjoy it, was not high enough, and that's only obvious in hindsight.
I know one day I'm going to be somebody, and you'll know when I'll definitely find.
Please look at my face. You're somebody now. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's the game. I was somebody long before people knew who I was, and I believed that. You're somebody now, Atisha.
His life really is happening right now. And I can't think of many times when you're going to regret trying to make something happen now.
If you quit, it's really easy to predict your future. How's that feel? But if you don't quit, if you go for it with no proof, you can't quantify it. People are going to call you crazy. Your friends are going to look at you sideways. But you'll have the opportunity to play in the game and stop sitting on the sidelines. And you might fail for a while. And you might have to pay your success tax. And you might have to go through 7 failures, 9 failures, 12 failures. You might be sleepless at night wondering why the heck you're doing it. But on the other side of that, you get to see who you're meant to be, who God designed you to be, and tap into your full potential, and there's nothing better. Has life been easy for me as an entrepreneur, starting with nothing with self-doubt? Heck no. But is life easy for anyone? You're gonna deal with crap. You're gonna deal with disappointment. You're gonna have things go sideways. If you are, you might as well go all in on the person you wanna be, the love that you want, the parent you want, the freedom you want, the control you want, the money you want, the business you want. So this is my call to you today. Don't quit.
In order to become the better version of yourself, you literally have to kill off your original version. Because if it lingers around, it's going to find you again.
I had a wonderful friend who was a wonderful actor. Oh my God. But every time he was around certain people, he would clam up and be quiet because he was embarrassed that he wasn't working. And he was a great actor. I said, come on, man, it's all inside of you. Let it out. If you believe it, if you really believe that you could be something, if you have that little voice in your head saying, hey, you got talent, you could do this, then follow that voice.
You're only one win away from changing everything in your life. So whatever you do not stop now. Don't stop believing in that wonderful future, because it is so close. Just imagine what life is going to be like. It's going to be even better than you could ever have imagined. And anything is possible for you. And the hardest part is over. because you started and then continued one step at a time because you're a winner. Never forget that. You know, times may be hard. That's just a test. It's temporary. And winners like you overcome because winners find a way to make it happen. No matter how long it takes, you will make it happen because you're a superhero. You're courageous with huge mental strength, and because of that, you are unstoppable. It doesn't matter what the obstacles are, you have got what it takes to keep going, to overcome them, and then get the reward of a fantastic future. I'll tell you what, I'll be there at the side of the road, cheering as you go by.
Let me tell you about a voice. Not this voice, but the one inside. The one that whispers. It tells me what's right and what's not, when to leave and where to go. It's not Shakespeare. It does not speak in memorable lines. My inner voice always gives it to me straight. Tells me who my real friends are, when to say yes, when to say no, whether the person sitting next to me is the one I'll be spending the rest of my life with, or not. Sometimes that voice is crystal clear. Go, stay, right, wrong. Sometimes it merely whispers. Don't let it drown in a noisy world, because in the end, no man, woman, or algorithm knows what's right for you. Always trust your inner voice. Everybody has one. Few listen to it.
Nobody tells you to go in the room and write. You have to do it. It's the things you do on your own that matter, not the things you're forced to do. If you want to change your life, you must change your ways. You must develop discipline. You must develop strength. I tell you these things because I want to share that with you.
That's why I know I have no doubt in my mind that I'm the greatest, that I will be the greatest of all time. In my head already, I am better than everybody, and I know. But I know, and I will prove. You give me time, and I will prove it to everybody. Nobody has my mindset.
Life is going to work out perfectly for you. All the right things are going to happen to you in your life. All the right people are going to enter your life, and all the wrong people are going to leave in your life. You're going to have a beautiful home in your life. You're going to have a great career throughout your life. You're going to waken up every day of your life next to the love of your life. You're going to have leisurely Sundays and terrific holidays. You're going to travel and see the world. You're going to meet incredible people in your life who can help, and who you will help in ways that you could never have believed possible. You're going to be recognized as a hugely successful person and appreciated for this ability you have to help others. Please don't worry. Your life is going to work out perfectly. Now, I suggest that you read this to yourself every morning and last thing at night over the next 6 months, and the change that will happen to you will be unbelievable. Nice to talk to you.
You didn't quit? You're really like against all odds. You're doing something that no one in the family's done, that none of your friends have done. You really don't know where this is going to end. And you're kind of adventuring into an odd place. You're discovering all new stuff that's never been done. And it's great to do this, because one day you'll get tested in a different way and you'll be mentally stronger. And so I'm proud of you, because this is all tough now, but it will pay off when you need to show your strengths, or, you know, it's almost like you're going to the gym. It will pay off one day. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to run. I don't want to lift. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to eat. I go, I know, but the future me is telling you, this is great that you're doing this, because you're going to have it. It's just going to be, when you need it, you'll be strong enough.
One of my favorite quotes from John Lennon is, "Everything will be okay in the end." And if it's not okay, it's not the end. We end before we've even got started. We finish and quit before we've even got going. If you're in the messy middle, you don't have to feel stuck. No one cares how long it took you. They care that you kept going.
If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you want to do? So it's such a big question, but such a useful one. It has a sort of elemental simplicity to it. But, if you knew you could not fail, what would you want to do? Because people don't even allow themselves to play. If we think about what play is doing something without fearing consequences. Let's just do this as a game. Children know how to play because they're not so scared of consequences. So they'll just give it a shot. And a good adult life does require us to rediscover that freedom of playing. And the way in which we do it is we think, if everything went wrong, if everything went wrong, it would still be okay. And what about the idea of thinking, this could go right? There couldn't be any, massive consequences. So rediscovering play around your ambition is really important.
I just have this feeling that life's about to get so much better than it is right now. I don't know why, I just do. The breakthrough that you've been longing for, it's closer than you think. It's like I've been hacking my way through a jungle. There's been no clear path, but suddenly I can smell the sea. I've kept asking myself, when will I actually get there? When is it going to be just one more swing? And then it happens. And there in front of me is the most beautiful white sand beach and a clear turquoise blue sea. I can rest my bruised and battered body, strip off my torn clothes, and just luxuriate in the warm water. I've made it. Now, when I left my friends way back, and I can hardly remember when, they all said, "You're going the wrong way. You're taking the wrong path. There isn't even a path. You're mad." But who's crazy now? I don't see them here. Their path obviously didn't take them anywhere. But I had a dream, and I struck out on my own because I believed there was a better way. I just had this feeling that life is about to become incredible, and it has. There is a better life, but you have to believe that you can get there, no matter how difficult the journey.
Everything's gonna be okay. Everything you're worried about is gonna be okay. That too, whatever it is, that also is gonna be fine. Take a chance, man. My best friend Scott, his dad, I was thinking, should I move to Los Angeles? And he said, yes, you should. I said, well, why? He goes, because you can always come back.
What if it all goes right? What if you don't get fired? What if you find the love you deserve and it lasts? What if your plane lands safely? What if everyone shows up to your party? What if the recipe turns out great? What if you don't disappoint them? What if they love you anyway? What if you've got so much time left? What if you talked just the right amount? What if everyone had a great time because you were there? What if you take that chance and it works out? What if time keeps passing and it's wonderful? What if you don't regret telling them? What if you don't regret any of this? What if your grief makes you stronger? What if the end of that isn't the end of you? What if you exceed all expectations? What if the kids turn out just fine? What if your trust doesn't get betrayed? What if that wasn't a waste of time after all? What if you're not alone forever? What if you're not only enough but the perfect amount? What if you were hopeful as often as you were worried? What if changing the narrative changed your entire perspective? What if it all goes right?